Tonight, we're talking to a company, a small business that has large-scale potential, and they are helping other small businesses using AI. The name of this company is TechSol JA. They're a TechSol JA Interactive. Let me get the name right. They're a local company that's trying to innovate how MSMEs use tech to show up for their customers. And joining us for tonight's discussion is co-founder of the company, Jermaine Benjamin. Welcome to Taking Stock, Jermaine.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for getting the name right as well.
TechSol JA Interactive. All right. So before we delve into all the tech stuff, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry.
All right. Well, how I got into this is been a personal passion for me, doing small repairs for my neighbors at one point in time, and I realized that God gave me a skill to really get into technology. When we started off, me and my co-founder Leslie Knight, we were just doing repairs, as I said before. But I noticed something about my personal journey. I was a horrible worker. I really shouldn't admit to that, but yes. But I realized that, okay, so if I'm not the world's best worker, there must be something here for me to do. So I started to decide that we wanted to create a business. I wanted to create something that would actually have an impact and to make this country prosper. But a lot of persons complain and say Jamaica is this and Jamaica is that, but most persons never actually say, how can I help my country? What can I do in my space to really uplift my country? And I thought being in the business space would be the best way for me to have that impact. And seeing as though God gave me the gift to be involved in the technology space, I said, okay, it must be a technology business. So we started Tech Solutions at the time, and it eventually evolved into TechSol when we registered it as TechSol JA. And I wanted it to be interactive, that it would actually persons would interact with the software, with the solutions that we created. We didn't want to just create solutions and it's just out there lying out. I wanted it to impact the persons and do something. It's weird to say, but I wanted it to be life-changing. I wanted it to transform persons when they interacted with our software and our solution. So that's where the interactive part of it came from.
So tell me specifically what TechSol does.
Okay, all right. Right now we create software, digital solutions for small to medium-sized businesses. So what we really do is, let's just say you're a business owner or a prospective business owner, you're in business and you have certain issues. So, and we believe that through the use of software or digital solutions, we can actually make your business more efficient and more effective in terms of how you do things. So we really are software providers, digital software providers, I would call it.
Digital software providers. So how do you help those businesses though? Like what specifically enables businesses to benefit from this software?
All right. So let's just say a business is out there and you have, for instance, a particular need in terms of you have some repetitive tasks that you need to be more efficient, to compete and to grow. We are the ones that will create that software and actually build out that dream. We've had persons who have come to us with literally just stuff written on a piece of paper and saying, okay, this is what I believe this business can do, which is their business. And we've decided to, okay, how can we innovate and bring that solution that will actually take this dream that this business person or prospective business person has into reality, using software, using AI, using the digital tools that are available, because we're not expecting that when persons decide that they're going to launch your business, they're going to be on top of all the tools that are out there, because AI is just a tool. Or they're be able to code, or they'll be able to whatever technology they need to use to get to that point. So that's where we come in. We bridge the gap. So pretty much if you need a website, we do it. If you need a mobile app, we do it. If you need a customized system with integrated integrated AI capabilities, we build that too. And then we also look at what your routines are, what your activities are, and see how we can build or customize a system through software for you.
Okay, you finally got to what you actually do, because I was like, I'm still not hearing what you do. So you build websites, you build apps, that sort of thing, using
Yes.
AI.
Yes. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
So does that make it more cost effective for the user?
Yes, it does, because what I realize small to medium sized businesses have, in some cases they're suffering from cash flow problems, or they're suffering from staffing problems, and in some cases where it's almost a sole trader, they suffer from the inability to actually, sometimes persons come to you and say, I wish there was more of me, or I have employees, but pretty much when I have tasks for them to accomplish, I find that they are not doing it to the standard that I'm expecting, and it's now costing my company, because my company is not as effective as I want it to be. So I wish I had two more of myself, but I can't afford two more, or as a business person, I have to come back and do the same task. So what we do is, sometimes in that case, we actually create a system for them, because most times persons don't realize what business really is. It's a system. So whether it's software or just routines that you do, it's really a system. And in some cases, there's a gap missing in that system, and that gap can be filled by software. And that's where we come in.
Why did you decide to niche down specifically to MSMEs?
Okay, all right. So that's where the majority of the productive need is. So the reason why we decided to really go down into small and medium-sized business, first of all, we noticed that when we were doing our advertising and our market research, we realized that's where the greatest need was. And when we put out, for instance, ads, those were most of the respondents that we got. We got persons who were in business or starting businesses who had the issue. So we realized, okay, instead of getting into something like game development, which is more of an entertainment niche or anything like that, why not go into something that will help businesses to grow? And that comes back to what I said originally in regards to helping the country to grow, because we realize that, as the prime minister said, one of the we in terms of our tourism product, that is one of our main exports, well, not really exports, but one of our main cash earners as a country. But we can't necessarily rely on that too much. We have to look at what is going to be the thing that will drive this country forward in terms of productivity. And that would be the small to medium sized businesses. That's how any country will grow. So if you are a business that wants to make an impact in the world and in your country, you have to go there. So you have to start with that niche. You have to make that niche more better, more efficient, more effective. You have to revolutionize that niche. And that's why we did that.
Okay, so tell us some of the products that you offer now.
Okay, so we have one main product that we're pushing forward, and that is Crunch Rewards.
Crunch Rewards. Okay,
Crunch
what that does.
Rewards. All right. So what we did with that particular software is to look at all the needs that we had in regards to the small to medium sized businesses that came to us, and we realized that they all suffer the same problem. So we decided, okay, we could tackle this problem in multiple ways. We could have let's just say 4 or 5 different software that would deal with invoicing, deal with marketplace representation, deal with customer loyalty and retention. These are all issues that persons were facing. So we said, okay, could we create a giant software or a big software that had different components that would answer to each of these problems? And that's where we came up with Crunch Rewards, the Crunch Rewards software. So this software is different from anything that we've built before because we wanted to innovate. So how that was, it's built in mind that, let's just say, as a business owner, you might be suffering from, let's just say, lack of visibility. So you're in the space, but you're not known. And you're saying, okay, or better yet, you have customers, but you're in a competitive space, so you can't retain them and you can't attract anymore because it's competitive. So can software really solve this problem? Yes, it can. And we did. So the Crunch Reward system really started off as a customer relationship management system. But we decided, as persons came to us, we realized, okay, we need to add in a next module and a next module and a next module. So it's now this giant system that answers all of these problems. So we incorporated all these into one giant system. So it has the customer relationship management system module. It has an invoicing module for those persons suffering from that. Then we integrated a marketplace, because in some cases, as I said, you might not be having a problem with invoicing. You might not have a problem with customer retention, but you have a problem with visibility. So how does that work? So what happens is, this particular system, you can actually promote your good and service through the same software, and it shows up. And this is the beautiful thing, it starts to show up on your user's phone. So
Wait,
your
so
user,
it's a loyalty program?
it has a loyalty program as well built in. So it's multiple modules. So really what it is, it actually innovates by answering multiple problems at one time. So the visibility, as I said before, the customer loyalty and retention, the invoicing. If you guys have any issues with that, it has invoicing templates for you to use. And we also, the loyalty part works in terms of the customer retention, where let's just say you have customers and they're not really loyal because it's a competitive space. Let's just say you have a fast food restaurant and you sell, for instance, chicken, and there's somebody else who sells chicken as well. And you're saying, okay, I now have my customers, but they're not really loyal. They're going wherever fried chicken is available. How would this software help me? So one of the reasons where you can do that is to launch a loyalty program by using the software. The software has a built-in loyalty program in it. So you can either go card-based or a digital card. So there's a component app that has a digital card system for any one of your customers, and there's no extra cost for it. It's actually built into that giant software. So it's one software with multiple endpoints and multiple features for small to medium-sized businesses.
All right, so let me get this right. Let me just make sure that I'm accurately understanding what you guys do. So there's one side of the business in which you can build an app or website. You can build a tech solution for a business. And then there's the other side where you have this specific product that you offer that comes pre-made, which is Crunch Rewards, that manages your invoicing, your CRM, your loyalty program, and so on.
Brilliant. That's exactly so. That's
okay.
Exactly so.
So if I wanted to access this product, like what's the price point?
Okay, all right. So pretty much right now we have a introduction for most businesses. So we have a bronze, a silver, a gold, and a platinum membership. So the bronze is it's pretty much free of cost. So once you contact us, we'll put you on that system, because we believe that you will see the value, and you will see that
Did we lose your video? I think we can still hear you, Jermaine.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we're not seeing you.
Okay, all right. Can you see? Okay, I'm back.
There you are.
All right. Yes, that is good. All right. So yes. So the question was, could you repeat the question for me, please?
I don't even remember what I asked you. Oh, price point, and you were telling us.
Oh, price point. Yes. So I said we have a bronze, a silver, a gold, and a platinum membership, and the bronze is right now free of cost. As of now, I'm speaking, because we believe that upon using the software, you will see the value and you will want to upgrade to the paid membership, which would be the silver. And the silver is pretty much right now just 200,000 Jamaican dollars for the year, not the month, for the year. It's an investment. And what is rolled into that is not just the software, because we are planning to partner with um, um, business development officials to help persons who are not yet registered. So the brilliance of this, I believe, not tooting my own horn, and you can tell me, Kalila, if I'm doing that, is we wanted it not to just be software, but support. Because what we've noticed is there are persons who build software and just hand it to you, but there's no support. So, okay, so I have the software, it's great, but where's the support? And most of the times when persons get support, the support is only for the software. What about the business? I got into this to make the business grow, not just to buy software. So when you are at the silver membership level, and we call it a membership at this point, you will actually not just get the software, but you will also be networking with similar or like-minded individuals who are engaged in business. So you'll get to learn from that, which was also a pain point that we noticed while building software. Persons were saying, okay, we got the software, but okay, what do I do now? I have this other problem. I know nobody in my space. I've networked with nobody in my space. How do I get the benefit of that? So we say, okay, let's make this crunch rewards situation not just software, but partner with businesses and development officials that can actually help you to grow. So it's all in one.
So for those who already have some software, what would this replace?
This will replace.
Give me some examples. Like, what would it replace? Would it replace?
Okay, good stuff. All right, this will replace. Okay, this will replace your Salesforce, or it can integrate into your Salesforce if that's what you want to do, or if you're using other CRMs. If you're using, it will not replace your Peachtree if you're using your Peachtree. There's no deep accounting there. But if you have no form of invoicing, you're just writing something down on a piece of paper, that will definitely replace your piece of paper. So that's something. So you'll have better accounting. You'll have invoices with numbers that you can actually use, again, reuse. And there is a social network app that is being built currently, and that it comes free of cost, and it is part of the same software, and it's how you will network with other business professionals. It's more like your LinkedIn. It's built like your LinkedIn. It's not as powerful and robust as your LinkedIn, but it's more localized to you. So therefore, if I'm in the, let's just say, back to that analogy of I'm a restaurateur with who does fried chicken, I would interact with other persons who are in that same space who, for instance, they fry chicken, but they're at a more advanced state, and they can tell me, okay, this is what you need to do. So what that will replace is a lot of small business persons seem to be on WhatsApp. They are in millions of WhatsApp groups. They are on a whole ton of WhatsApp groups. We're not saying we're replacing WhatsApp. Let me be very specific. But we're saying instead of having 100 WhatsApp groups with business persons on it, we have a social network app, yes, on both the Google and an iOS store that is coming out, that you would have access to. So you don't have to pull up your phone just to network with persons who can get your business ahead. So that is part of the membership. So that's software that really works for you and makes your business better. So that's why we're so confident with say, okay, let's give away some free space and free uses of the bronze model, the bronze level, because we know that when persons use it, they're going to say, okay, I want to get silver. I want to go up there.
Let's take some questions from the audience. So Grandeur Foods wants to know, can your software integrate with a POS database?
Yes, we could customize it for that particular individual. So we could.
So it currently doesn't.
No, it doesn't, because it's general. I would have to know your POS database to integrate.
Andrea wants to know, do you identify inefficiencies as opposed to building a system to suit an efficient way of operating? Also, can you share from a retail sector what efficient system your company created and purpose?
Okay, all right. So I won't state the name of this client, but the client is in the medical sector. And what we noticed was a particular inefficiency in regards to how customer records were accessed. It was very monotonous and it was very overbearing for the workers there. They had to be looking to individual records in order to access data in a timely manner. So what we did was to create a system that the AI would actually be able to access certain parts of the database and give them real updates, live updates, actually in a timely manner. So, for instance, let's just say persons had surgeries and they had to be calling in and actually say, okay, when is my surgery date again? And we found out that a lot of customers were calling this particular entity because they wanted to know this simple thing: when is my surgery date? And we said, okay, how can we have a two-way solution? So we had, okay, the surgeon put in the data, and then we had a companion app for that particular entity where the customers downloaded that application that would actually add that surgery date to their calendar. So therefore, they would get the reminder. Because remember, in some cases, persons don't even add their surgery date to their actual calendar. So the AI did that part of it. So we integrated that AI into the system. And it goes without saying, every system we build, we integrate AI in it as well to make it as efficient as we can.
Marley wants to know, what platform is your software built on?
Okay. Multiple. I wonder if when she said what platform, she means in terms of what models we use, in terms of AI models. In terms of, or is it in terms of the languages we use, in terms of programming languages? We use multiple. If we're using desktop, we use C or something. And if it's a web solution, then we use web languages like PHP, that kind of situation.
And Learn, Grow, Invest wants to know, how secure is the platform and does it abide by data protection laws?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. If we are working with any client or if it's our particular platform, we only take the data that we need and we dispose of it the moment we don't need it. So we abide definitely by the Data Protection Act. We live by it.
Last question comes again from Andrea. Can the loyalty side integrate with QuickBooks Online?
We haven't tried it as yet, but let me answer that one. How we envision software at TechSol is software is a living thing. It sounds weird to say, but let me explain what I mean. Let's just say you have a software that does X and Y. Your software should not just only do X and Y for 3, 4, 5 years. As the needs of the customer actually evolve, your software must evolve, and we believe in that. So let's just say currently we don't integrate with QuickBooks. That doesn't mean we won't integrate with QuickBooks, because as the need arises and we see that more persons want us to integrate with QuickBooks, we will integrate with QuickBooks. All right, I hope that answered that question.
So, all right, so we're going to almost leave it there. Clearly, there is some interest in your product amongst our viewers. So how can people get in contact with you?
Okay, all right. So you can get in contact with us because you can WhatsApp us at 876-777-3386. So that's 876-777-3386. You can WhatsApp us through that number. You can also email us at sales@techsolja, that's TechSolja.site. So any of the two methods, but the WhatsApp is more quicker and you'll always get somebody.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Jermaine.
Thanks for having me.
All the best. Big things coming from TechSol JA.